Welcome back, everybody, to the Vanguardian Voices. This is our first podcast of the semester, our first podcast of this issue. Very exciting. We're very happy to get rolling and get started. I'm actually very excited because we have some new segments this semester, actually this whole year, because we're not talking about semester, we're talking about the whole year. But this year, I'm very excited because we're adding in some new segments and we're interacting a little bit more with you guys. So starting off, you all know who I am. My name is Yasir Azam. I am the class of 2026, and I have been on the Vanguard now for I think it's about to be 2 years. So I've been on the Vanguard since I was in my sophomore year. Wow. It's been a minute. So I'm so excited to be here, and I have some amazing new people here. Go ahead and introduce yourselves.
You want to go first?
You can go first.
All right. Hi, guys. My name is Shavana Grosvenor, and I am the graduating class of 2026.
Hi, my name is Mia Muskin. I'm the graduating class of 2027, and it's my first time on the Vanguard.
Yeah. Awesome. And who do we have on our soundboard today?
Hi, everyone. My name is Anastasia Gigauri, and I'm a freshman, and this is my first time ever being here.
That's awesome. I am so happy that you guys chose to be a part of this. I want you all to know that this is an awesome open community. We just chat, and whoever doesn't like it can click off. But it's us. We can do whatever we want to do.
Yep.
All right. So starting off first, we're going to talk about the issue review. Currently, the issues in the works. We have issue 1. So we have all these articles. So we have 3 articles talking about news. And then we have 2 articles talking about features. We have arts. And we have opinions, sports, content, and our comic. Essentially, for news-wise, we have talking about the new Brooklyn College cafeteria. Has anybody eaten there yet?
I went today, actually.
No,
Really?
For the first time.
Anybody else?
No, I haven't even been there,
Oh my God.
Visited,
so I have no idea.
I think last week.
Yeah.
It was nice. I really liked it.
Mm-hmm.
I have not tried the food yet, but I'm very excited to this week. I really want to try and see everything. They have a lot of options too.
Yeah.
Sushi.
Mm-hmm.
They have a really wide variety.
They do. And I did try the food. I liked it. It wasn't bad at all. It's actually pretty good because these look like people who actually cook.
Know how to cook.
Yeah, they know what they're doing. How about you? What's your experience with the cafeteria?
It gets packed, extremely packed at a certain time, but it's still nice. The prices are good. I thought it was going to be more expensive, but honestly, I'm satisfied with it.
Mm-hmm.
And the food was, it's better than normal cafeteria food.
No, it's really big. The cafeteria. I was looking at it when I first walked in. I was like, wow, this is it goes really far back.
Yeah, it does.
Really
It does. And I'm glad that that we were able to reuse that space. That space was dead space. Nobody was in there. So I'm very happy. Moving on, we had Sandra's and Mom Donnie here at Brooklyn College.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, in the Vanguard, we had of course we were there front and center.
Yep.
We heard nothing but great things from the people who attended. And so we're not going to talk about anything political, but obviously people really had fun with them being there and them talking to students. So it was really nice. Moving along, we had the Bulldogs Welcome Bash. Historical Society hosted a really great event trying to garner students, so that was great. And then a little bit of a I'm proud moment here. BLMI mural. I went there. I saw it. It was great. Definitely read the article because I tried to encapsulate how it felt to be there. And then moving on, we have Love Island review.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna give you guys 4 minutes. Yap all you want about Love Island because listen, I was doing an internship when the season was coming out, so I heard everybody around me doing it, but I was so locked in that I didn't pay attention. So what happened? What's the deal?
Wait,
You got about 4 minutes. Talk about whatever you want to talk about Love Island.
So
go.
Basically, I think that all of the couples were fake.
Okay.
None of the relationships were real. Last season of Love Island was much better than this season.
Okay. What about you, Mia?
all right. I'm confessing I never watched Love Island except for the short clips I saw on TikTok, and it was full of complete drama and just
I agree.
backstabbing the entire time.
Yeah.
I have not watched a single episode. My friends try to get me to watch it, and I'm like, guys, it's just too much.
It's too much.
It's too much drama. But I know about one very popular couple. I think is Nick and Olandria.
Yeah.
Everybody loves them apparently. They're
Yeah,
like
I heard those names before
hottest
too.
couple around, and I mean, I've seen clips of them and they're actually really cute.
Okay.
Love
Yeah,
them.
but the thing is that one of the members, like one of the islanders named Ace, he exposed, like him and Nick were like besties in the villa, but like outside, I don't know what happened, but they're not friends anymore. And Ace basically exposed them that he said that Nick and Elandria are not in a couple. Like that entire relationship is fake.
Damn.
I
It's for the
did
money.
hear that.
Of course. Money.
I think they do look like a true couple.
Yeah.
They do. I think they just get a lot of hate because I guess, interracial, I guess.
But could be.
No,
Could be.
they're not
But-
even in a couple. Like when the reunion happened, they said like majority of the couples, they said that they're like in real life they're not dating. They're just like
Oh, they're just
hanging
doing it for
out.
show.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah, that's crazy.
Wow.
I think after the reunion, another couple broke up, Amaya and Brian.
Yes,
I
Amaya
did
and
hear,
Brian
yeah.
and Pepe and Iris. Pepe cheated on Iris with some,
Damn. This is
Yeah.
crazy.
I'm not surprised
What?
at
yeah,
all.
Brian
Yo.
also cheated on Amaya.
Wait, what? He did?
Wow.
Yeah, he did.
That
Oh my
Yeah.
I didn't know
god.
that.
What about
but-
the one couple, Huda and
Huda and
No.
Chris.
Yo.
I think they've been
Yo,
No,
together.
Huda,
and
my
Jeremiah.
fellow
wasn't she with like a
Arabian
whole
friend.
like,
Oh my
a
god,
bunch?
yo.
No clue.
like I've
Huda,
just heard Huda this, Huda that. I'm like, what's going on
Okay.
with this girl?
Huda is a listen as an Arab boy. I'm North African, so her emotions make sense because we are very expressive people. We like to wear our emotions on our face, so I'm sure her reactions were definitely taken out of proportion. But I think for her, they felt valid. Any last remarks about Love Island? Anybody want to watch it?
Let's hope the new season's better. I don't know,
Yeah,
like
exactly. This season was trash.
But every
Okay.
season, there's gonna be drama regardless. If we
Yeah.
wish for no drama, there will always be drama. It's
Yeah.
a reality TV
Yeah.
show,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
we're always gonna get drama.
Yup.
Yeah, I just think it's all staged, honestly.
Yeah,
Maybe the
it,
same
that-
thing
yeah.
this
it is.
season,
It is.
possibly.
It is. It's like any other sitcom.
Yeah.
I really sitcom reality TV show. I really liked. I remember understanding and one time I watched Keeping Up with the Kardashians
Yep.
and talking about like reality TV, and then after that I watched like 1 or 2 seasons of it back when when they made it funny at the start, and then now it's just drama.
Yeah.
But I used to watch it with my sister, and then I started watching Big Brother, and then I went to watch Geordie Shore. Geordie Shore is basically like the whole idea of Jersey Shore, but it's in the UK, and it is
Oh.
really good. I really liked it. For that time, I was in middle school watching Geordie Shore. It's a great show. I like the humor. It was really nice, and the drama was just right. It was perfect. They don't make it like that anymore, though.
Wow.
Well, moving along. Now, talking about new segments. Before we get into that, we're going to have some announcements. So we are going to do a segment called Ask the Audience. So basically what that means is that every Thursday, we're going to put up a poll after uploading the podcast on Wednesday or Thursday. We're going to upload it with the issue. And the goal is that we're going to gather your concerns, questions, or topics you would like us to address on the podcast. This will go up every week. So when this gets uploaded, which is in a couple of days, we're going to go ahead and put up a poll for everybody to respond to. And then by the time we record our 3rd episode, you should see some of your topics on there. So that's the first announcement. Second announcement is, this is something that I wanted to do for a while. Now, this is, I feel like, our chance to be very opinionated. This is our chance to talk about whatever we want to talk about. This is our chance to be opinionated as much as we want. This is a topic that all of us can get into, and I'm calling it Yasir Yaps. All right.
Okay.
So this is 5 to 8 minutes, depending on the podcast episode. We have we have 18 minutes, so we can talk about whatever we want. And so the topic that I felt about talking about today is something that was on my mind on the train. So what I do is that this segment essentially is that I set it up, right? And then the day I'm going to record, whatever I'm thinking about is going to be the topic.
Okay.
If it sticks out to me. So the topic that I have is that we have lost the love for food. Now,
That's real.
when I say we have lost the love for food has now become listen to why I'm saying this. So I had watched a podcast. I listened to a podcast by Brittany Broski.
I love Brittany Broski.
Love her.
Okay, so
Favorite.
Brittany Broski did a podcast talking about how a segment in her podcast where she talked about essentially she's changed her love for food. Her diet has changed, and she didn't know how much food is so important. She cried.
Wow.
Oh.
So like that kind of resonated with me because I was listening to her and she was saying that we've made food such a passive thing when food is something that's supposed to bring you together.
Mm-hmm.
We shouldn't be eating food in 5 minutes, okay?
Yeah.
Yep.
We need to sit down and eat. We need to think about what we're consuming because all of these things that we're eating are going to benefit us. And so she started talking about how she used to create this, she would create this plate of food where she would have a little bit of everything that she likes. And she actually feels like she's eating the right things. So instead of sitting there and going outside, like, oh my God, now I got to go eat food. Now I got to drop like 25 bands on a burger or a sandwich, a deli sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
And then the food is just, it just feels like you're eating.
Just eating to eat.
You're eating to eat.
Yeah.
Now, what is your take on that? Just, I like that, eating to eat. Like, do you feel like you guys have become a kind of a shell when it comes to eating? You just pick up whatever you want and eat it? Except if you're going to a restaurant. That's different. But we're just talking in general, day to day. You can disagree.
I mean, if I'm bored, I'd go to like look for something to eat.
Mm-hmm.
But another thing is mindful eating, because I feel like nowadays everybody's on their phone while they eat, right? Especially me. Like, and it's not a good thing.
Yeah.
Obviously, I have YouTube on.
Yeah.
I'm like an iPad kid with my little YouTube on.
Yes.
And it's like even at restaurants, I see kids on their phones and
Yeah.
adults on their phones,
Yeah.
and they're not talking with each other. But last semester, I learned what mindful eating was, and it's just no phones, and you're with your family and friends, and you're just enjoying a nice meal together.
No, yeah. Like
So
in my house, my dad hates to see us on the phone as we're eating. Like, it's like as soon as you try to take it out, it's like put it away. You know, we're eating, and I feel like it's such a norm nowadays that people forget.
definitely.
That gives you time. You know, dinner time. It's the chance to like really like interact. Like, hey, how was your day? You know,
Yeah,
anything
yeah.
interesting?
Yeah.
I think we don't do that anymore, and it kind of sucks. You know.
I think every family should have like one specific day that they should like spend with each other, just like ordering food and eating and like just yapping. For example, me and my family, like every Friday we just order food and we just yap like what
That's
we did for the
beautiful.
entire week. And that's beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah. And thank you for listening to that segment. And we are going to have our interviewers come in, or interviewees, right? That's the word. Interviewees come in, who are the president and the vice president of the Geology Society here at Brooklyn College. Have you guys heard of the Geology Society or no?
I have not.
I have not.
I think I've seen some signs in the hallways, but that's
Yes.
about it.
And the reason why we see the signs in the hallways is because we're in the STEM building.
By the way, I cannot tell you how many cockroaches
Mm.
I see in the hallways in that building.
Oh,
But basically, the Geology Society is essentially a society of like, it's just a club of students who are just interested in geology. They have a club room on the 3rd floor of Ingersoll, which is like Ingersoll Hall, right? Ingersoll Hall, which is like super rare to have a club room in there. Like, I'm be real with you. Ingersoll is a very everything's used. Every spot in that building is used for STEM. And so they have a great club room. And this club has been so successful to the point that they've been able to travel as a
wow.
club. They were able to go to the Grand Canyon. They were able to collect rocks. They were able to do such fun stuff. They made bracelets to do fundraising. Like, these people know how to run a club.
Wow.
And this shows you the power of what you can do as a club in CUNY, which I think a lot of students don't realize is that in CUNY, we have so many opportunities to go, but because we feel like we're in a commuter school, we can't do that. The Vanguard's a great example. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to be biased here. The Vanguard's a great example of what we can do,
Yeah.
but we're a referendum, so we're not a part of Brooklyn College. We're our own entity.
Mm-hmm.
We're with CUNY, but we're our own entity. And then, hello, everybody. Welcome back to our interview segment. Today, I have two awesome people. Go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Hi, my name is Emma Marin. I am a senior in the EESC major, and I am the president of the Geology Society.
Amazing.
Hi, I'm Noah Hopkins. I am a senior, also in the EESC major, and I am vice president of the Geology Society.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming in today. And, today I brought you for a reason. I want you all to talk about your club. I want you guys to talk about how successful you guys have been. In my eyes, you have been extremely successful.
Thank
And
you.
we've heard so much great things about you all. And I think the most important thing is that what we want to do is establish to everybody what is the Geology Society. Give us a little explanation. Tell us the mission statement if you have to. Just let us know what you feel. What the club is about.
Yeah. So the Geology Society is actually the oldest club on campus. It started in the 1930s and was actually started before Brooklyn College was a thing. So it started at Hunter College when it was an all-women's college. And when Brooklyn College was established, it was a co-ed setup. So when City College students, which was the all-male school, and Hunter students, which was the all-women's school, they came to Brooklyn College for co-ed. The Geology Society actually came from Hunter College. So it started as an all-women's club, which was really awesome. We found some great photographs.
Oh yeah, in
Yeah.
the
No
archives. Yeah, you can
way.
see
Yeah.
like all of these like women dressed in like 1920s garb, like
Yeah.
lined up. And
Wow.
Is this in
Yeah.
the club room?
It's in the archives at the library. We found it. It was really cool.
my
We did like a
gosh.
deep dive.
Yeah, we did a deep dive into the club's history once we like became e-board members, and it was just really exciting getting to look
Wow,
back at nearly a
that
century.
is amazing.
And now what it is currently is it's the Earth Environmental Science Club on campus. It's changed quite a bit, being that the department has expanded from just a purely geology focus to Earth Environmental Sciences and a bit more interdisciplinary.
Okay.
So we've kept the traditional name of the Geology Society, but it is quite a interdisciplinary STEM club,
Yes.
all revolving around Earth processes and environmental processes.
Yeah, I mean, even in the short or relatively short amount of time that we've been involved with the club, I mean, we've really seen it expand to include so many different disciplines. I mean, Earth Sciences relates to basically everything that we do in every day. I mean, so it's really cool to see so many people from so many different backgrounds and disciplines find themselves find somewhere they belong in the Geo Society,
Yeah.
which is really, really cool.
Yeah, that is actually really nice. I mean, like, we did the same thing with the Vanguard. We actually went into our archives and we were pulling out all these old newspapers,
cool.
and it's like the fact that like you guys are one of the oldest like clubs, like that's insane. I did not know that. That is so
Yeah.
cool. That's cool. For you guys, what introduced you into the club?
You wanna go
I
first?
mean, wow, it was a number of years ago before
Yeah.
I even considered like really joining and becoming part of the club. We were invited as just kind of the old guard was leaving. The previous like really involved members of the Geo Society had, I think it was their junior or senior year, and they had invited a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Even we did when they were trying to bring people in back then.
Yeah. I think most people's first introduction to it is usually at one of our Professor Garb. He teaches the Intro to Earth, and that's it's the starting point for majors, but a lot of people also from other majors come and take it as like a STEM requirement course.
Yeah.
And he'll usually on the first or second day of class make an announcement because he's been so involved with it and really interested in seeing it grow and what it does. So I first heard about the club like the first or second lecture I had, and that was my first semester here at Brooklyn College. And he's like, there's this club on campus if you want to join, and it does some great stuff. We travel sometimes, and it was I think you were here actually during COVID, but I came back to school right after COVID, and I think a lot of things were rebuilding at the time. So the club itself, it wasn't necessarily super active because not a lot of people had been on campus for a while. So there was an e-board that I think was getting their footing about what to do post-COVID and people coming back on campus, and that was not very clear. Plus a lot of like sales stuff and student affairs policies had changed quite a bit. So there was a lot to navigate with that. And I think my sophomore year there's a club room that we'd hang out in, and a lot of people who aren't even like really large participants in the club will come and do homework and hang out and kind of get to know people.
Yeah.
So it becomes like a space where not only is it just for club members, but people kind of slide in and out of, and that's what we were doing in the beginning.
The club room is so instrumental to kind of the culture of the Geo Society.
It is, yeah. Having
Yeah.
space on campus is vital.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We talked about that before you came in. I was like introducing you guys to like the audience, the first segment, and I was like, they have a club room in the most densely populated building on campus. Like that is a diamond. That is a pearl.
I
Like it is so
know.
difficult. You have to fight tooth and nail for a spot.
Yeah.
You have to fight tooth and nail.
Yeah.
And I know because you guys have been the oldest, running club. It's the same idea with the Vanguard. We have a room in Roosevelt.
Yeah.
I mean, it is in the middle of nowhere in campus, but we all have a room. So it's like, it's really pivotal to have those areas, I think, as a club.
I think it's so vital too, because having a club means that you have a way of meeting people and floating in and out. Like if people were just coming for the meetings for the club, I don't think we would have the same relationship with each other if we didn't just have the space where people just hung out and like sat and talked and got to know each other, because people don't really get to know each other at meetings. There's an agenda, there's things to do. You need to have that like downtime where you're just sitting with someone and be like, hey, did you see this? Like, what I mean?
Yeah, I get that. I think even like after COVID, I mean, because I'm a senior, you're a senior, and you're senior, so like you guys understand. She's a freshman, so she just started. Anastasia just started. So it's like, I mean, I think now we're gonna roll into a little bit more of the interview part. This is a really good question. Being that you guys are in presidential roles, how do you balance delegation and personal responsibility when running a club?
I think that's something we've been learning over time. When I first started with the club, there was an e-board, and they were like kind of, I don't know if they understood what they fully wanted to do with the club yet. They were just sort of, keeping the space alive. And we had the first meeting and they're like, yeah, sometimes we do trips. And I'm like, we should do a trip. And they're like, if you want to organize that, go for it. Yeah. And then it ended up being like, I took on a lot to make a Grand Canyon trip happen.
Yeah.
And this wasn't as an e-board member. I just kind of was like, okay, I'm going for it. And so a lot of it couldn't really be delegated because I was learning the process of how to get this approved. So like you can't, if you don't know what you're doing, you're teaching yourself. You can't really be like, okay, you do this, you do that, you do that, and like help us out. So that was kind of the first era of like what we're seeing. Yeah. The second one is like when we established our e-board. So it's me, Noah, our treasurer Cam, and our previous secretary Olivia. Then it was more like, okay, we can spread out the work a bit more, because now like I had a better idea of how to navigate sale, and then you guys were able to like clue in and were able to spread it amongst each other.
As you were somebody who had already gone through the process, you were able to delegate that. And I will say, I mean, when we had that election, it was kind of like who do we want to be president? And it's the person who took it upon themselves to learn all of this and made this incredible trip happen without even being on the e-board. So it's thanks to Emma that we've kind of ended up in the position that we're in right now, where we can make these incredible trips happen.
And I think we're on the third generation of this. So it was like I think osmosis is happening where it's like, okay, I was able to delegate more to the e-board that we currently have. And now because we all have had a foot in it and the organization process, now we're trying to be a little less hierarchical in terms of it all being concentrated in the e-board, because that feels like it's hard to participate, I think, if you feel like, oh, the e-board's getting it done, or oh, this isn't something I could help out with because I don't have as much stake in the club. We're trying to, I think, pass it on a bit more to the members in collaboration, because we don't want it just to be like, student affairs, e-board members. We want it to be a little bit more holistic, and that way going forward, it will be there'll be a bit more survival for clubs if it's not just like, oh, this e-board has passed, now what happens,
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
we don't want it to end up in a situation where we're just kind of, well, the club is just there and whoever wants
Yeah.
to pick it up can pick it up. I mean, I really like this new setup of, hey, if you want to do something, talk with us. We have this knowledge and we want to so badly pass it on to you.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah.
want you to see what you want to see in the club happen.
Yeah.
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 Okay. What advice do you have for getting funding and institutional support for clubs struggling?
That's the ultimate question, isn't it?
That is
The
big.
big question. This
It's
is a
a big
loaded
Oh,
question.
yeah.
I think it's a loaded question.
Our funding, we go big or go home, honestly.
Yeah.
So the big thing that we always get funded are these. So far, it's been domestic trips, but it's been large out-of-state domestic hiking and geology education trips. So we did the Grand Canyon in 2023.
Yeah.
Grand Canyon, Death Valley. Was spring 2023?
I think that was 2024.
No, you're right.
Yeah, I
2024.
think it was
Sorry.
Spring 24.
Spring 24. This past spring break, we did Moab Desert. And
That's awesome.
so that's flights, that's hotels, that's park passes. That's a lot of money. Usually, I think
Vehicle rental. Yeah.
vehicle rentals. Yeah. Our budget for those have been around $11,000 to $12,000.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's
So it's a lot to like walk into USG and be like, "Hi, we'd
Wow.
really love to fund this trip because it's big bucks." And I think working with BCA and USG, the key was keeping really organized
Mm-hmm.
and showing the motivation behind wanting to get it done and how much like it was feeding the students with these really impactful experiences.
Yeah.
Making a good spreadsheet is probably my biggest advice to students trying to get your spreadsheet goals on. Like Jessica at BCA loves a good spreadsheet, so if you can do that, get yourself organized with those numbers. But it is a lot to push through because there's so many deadlines to meet and there's so many ways that like things can go wrong. Honestly, you kind of just have to be really stubborn.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're faced with a lot of hurdles, and if you don't feel equipped to, I mean, we're lucky to have gone through and stumbled over some of these hurdles in the past. But yeah, you definitely need to know sort of the lay of the land, which is why I think it's been so important that we have that knowledge and we pass it on. as quickly as possible.
Yeah. And they like BCA and USG, I think there's frustration with them sometimes with the amount of work that it takes to get these done, but they want to work with you. It's just keeping it's keeping your eye on the ball and just kind of like, okay, what's next? What's this process? And just it's so much of staying focused. And it does feel disappointing that it does take so much energy because it does take away from like, schoolwork sometimes and things that but I don't know, the payoff is so beautiful that it's funny. There'll be times that I'm in tears just like trying to get stuff together and so many things are not working out and I'll just be like so frustrated. And then by the time these trips happen, I'm like, oh my God, every minute of it was worth it. It's just so good.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
yeah.
I mean, man, what we saw in Utah, unbelievable.
Life-changing.
Yeah,
Life
I
changing.
love that.
The fact that a lot of the members that we took in the first trip, it was their first time in a national park.
Wow.
And that was huge. Our secretary now actually got a tattoo based on one of the fossils we saw out in Death Valley area.
Yeah.
And the fact is like, oh, people are having like touchstone experiences, life-changing experiences through this effort. It's like, okay, yeah, let's keep doing it. Let's make it happen.
We're lending a hand in granting experiences that, I mean, might not be on offer.
That sounds so
for,
beautiful.
Yeah.
for people. Which,
And making it affordable too. Oh, and those fundraisers. Wow.
that's a pretty crucial part.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
So in the past 3 semesters, we have like the amount, do we have even a total for the amount of money we've been able to fundraise?
Between the 2 trips, it's probably over $4,000 from just like on-campus fundraising.
Wow.
And that's
Yeah.
about a fundraiser a week. I mean, we've really been trying to like ramp up our like marketing of just getting, getting the word
Business
out. We had,
mindset.
like,
Yeah.
we had like a whole rebrand this past
Oh my
semester
gosh.
too. I mean, we had to give a new coat of paint to a almost century-old club.
Yeah.
Wow.
Honestly, that rebrand too invigorated a lot of participation because Noah designed this amazing T-shirt that we ended up putting in a contest for GSA, and the amount of school spirit and pride that went into the second you give someone something competitive, everyone's like, okay, we're in. And
Yeah.
We
Do
were
it.
up against a bunch of other geology clubs from all over the country, and
Wow.
we had people come out in droves, just be like, I want to support you guys. How do I support?
Yeah.
You know, people coming in every day voting online for this for our design to make it to I think we were 4th in the entire country.
Yeah.
We made it. We were best
Holy.
number 1 in the Northeast,
Wow,
and then
this is-
4th in the country.
Raised
Pretty proud of that.
$500 from that too.
Yeah, we
It was
did.
really
Yeah, we
like
did.
Oh my God,
But
that
it-
is amazing.
we had professors text us like, I'm letting all my colleagues know they all have to vote. Like it just blew up, and in a way like that really like put something in
Yeah.
people's minds like, oh, this is a pride thing. This is
Yeah.
something we can be proud of. This is something that's like I'm happy to be a part of.
Yeah.
And
So
It
was
really
really cool.
raised spirit, raised awareness for the club too. We had that article in that was on the Natural and Behavioral Sciences
yeah.
Page.
page. Yeah, that was like congratulations.
Wow,
that felt huge. Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
That is amazing. Yo, like actually, that's amazing. And this is actually a segue before we introduce the last 2 questions. Go ahead, take it away.
All right. So, as president, what has been your proudest accomplishment?
It's for both of you guys.
Yeah, I think of course I want to say the trips and like getting that done because that's such a big goal that we met and a hurdles we had to jump over. But honestly, watching the club room move from like just a space to a community has been really impactful and something I feel like it was something I was able to give back to the major because there's so much that I think Brooklyn College, like, it is a school for underrepresented and people who are financially struggling in New York City, and I feel like it's a city school that's representative of the city itself.
Yeah.
And so I felt like it's given me so much in terms of being able to go back to school, feel like I was able to do STEM and get the support that I needed. And so just feeling like I was able to give back to that has been really, I don't know, it's made me very proud.
That's beautiful. That's
Wow.
beautiful.
Nice.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I would say that making the trips happen is a part of that, building this community. I think that I have been on this campus since 2018 on and off. So leaving a resource in so much better sort of spirits and shape than it was granted to us immediately after COVID. I think that has to be the most poignant and the proudest that it's made me. And I mean, I don't think that I could have asked for a better community
Yeah.
here.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That's nice.
I really appreciate you guys answering that question, and I really appreciate you guys coming out here and chatting about this club. I mean, congratulations to you all, and honestly, kudos and keep going because
Thank you.
your impact is great. I mean, that day of the training day, when I heard it, I was like, have to get on the podcast. And Rami, our editor-in-chief, who you guys met that day,
Yeah.
he's like, you have to bring them on. Like, this is a club. Like, we felt like this is what students should strive to do. I feel like
Definitely.
if we make
Thank
that
you.
community here in the school, students are going to feel that feeling that you feel from Brooklyn College, which is something
Yeah.
that a lot of students are struggling to find.
Yeah.
But it's there. It's there. It's there for us to grab. So thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Do you guys have any closing remarks for the people listening?
I would say if the earth inspires you, or there's anything about the natural sciences that gets you excited, you should come take a visit. I
Yeah.
mean, we have a vibrant community of a lot of like-minded people who just want to
Yep.
talk about how cool the earth is.
3122 New Ingersoll. Come Tuesdays at 12:30. Hang out with us. Meet us. Yeah.
Thank you.
You'll see us
Plugs.
around.
Nice.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
so much for coming here. And thank you to everybody who's listening. I'm going to go ahead and sign off. This is episode 1. And look out for the new issue that's going to come out this week. We're going to be on a little bit of a printing delay, but rest assured we're going to have print out as soon as possible. So thank you so much for listening.